My name is Linda Porter and I'm an artist, a holistic educational therapist and consultant. Today though, I would like to take you on a special journal journey. I'd like to walk with you through Pat's Garden. Pat's Garden is a concept that I have developed over many years in my career in helping children and the inner child that we all have in each of us. The concept is based on a technique called Life-Scaping. We have gardens which we see, plan and make to create a beautiful space in our lives, but our lifescape is no different. And just as a gardener, we can plan and design our gardens to create that beautiful space. As a lifescape gardener, in our own lifescape, we can look around, clear areas that need to be weeded, plant seeds to grow, and plan the life that we were always intended to have. So let me introduce you to the Pat's Garden journal. Firstly is the box. My journals always have to come in really appropriate and lovely boxes because the presentation is everything. And the box itself represents a garden. So in this example we've got lots of sisal in there, and embedded in that lot is dried flowers, dried herbs of lavender and chamomile, so it gives you a beautiful smell and sense of a garden. So now let's look at her Pat's Garden journal herself. So again, unwrapping in a beautiful fabric wrap to look like gardens, we welcome you to a Pat's Garden journal which was commissioned personally for a particular lady. This lady loved Japanese gardens, so the nod to that was with the lovely silk covers. It's on chipboard, it's a junk journal, but it's beautifully embroidered with a pyrography inset on the front, and a lovely little hitching post, one of the Tim Holtz hitching posts to act as a closure to the book. So we've got the book corners on it, and here we go. Before we do, let's have a look at the dragonfly. Dragonflies represent metamorphosis and change and spiritual growth, so very appropriate for the Pat's Garden journal. Now it's a ring binder, and the first thing we've got in there is a introductory card which gives you a little bit of a background to the whole Pat's Garden process. Pat was actually my mother, and this is a little bit about the story, but when I was a little girl I loved autograph books, and my mum would always write in the same thing every time: life is a garden without any doubt, you put good things in and you get good things out. Never really understood what that meant until I followed my career in teaching and working with children who weren't able to express their issues, but they could certainly draw gardens, and what I understood from that was truly amazing. But anyway, this is what this Pat's Garden journal is all about. So the first thing you can see is a task, and it's about opening the gateway envelope. And gateways in Pat's Garden are metaphors. The whole process is built on metaphors and what we understand by metaphors. So, see if I can get in a little bit closer with that. So what we've got here then is a gateway, which is an opportunity to find out more about yourself and find out more about your life. And it's got a little envelope in there, and we won't open that because it's all sealed up ready for the lady concerned. But what the task requires you to do is to draw a garden. Any garden will do. Now we move on to the next page of our journal, and we've got honeysuckle. Honeysuckle represents reminiscence and homesickness. And in that little pocket we've got our own little mini journal here, which we can open up so you can put notes, thoughts, ideas, plans in around the kinds of things that you see or do in the garden and what they mean to you personally. So a lovely little hidey hole to put secret things. In each of the Pat's Garden journals you will get a thank you and that will be to download the ebook that I've written on Pat's Garden, Elevated Levels, and that's the entire book, so it explains the whole thing in detail. Journal cards with peacocks, of course representing pride. Another little journaling card here with cats, again a nod to the Japanese interest that you can write on that. Cats represent independence, so an interesting little metaphor there. The next page is from a beautiful antique book that I got on fabric patterns, and it's about a gateway. Gateways, as I've mentioned, are about new openings, new opportunities. Well, they're arches. Okay, so the next part is we look at the flower garden. The flower garden, again, has another double gateway opening into it, and it takes us into the rose garden, and the roses represent love, and different roses represent different colours. So every flower is significant. In the garden, flowers are the gifts of life's experiences, and here we've got some journaling cards to be able to record those on. So task 2 requires you to draw a flower bed, and again, once you send that off to me, I can do a detailed analysis for you of what your flower bed is communicating. You use some paper there to do that in. Succulents, about holding on to emotion. Here we have marigolds, and this is a little, again, another little notebook and embellishment on it, which is the marigold. Marigold is a healing plant, and again the significance of that is explained in your garden flower bed analysis, but again another little mini journal within the journal for you to write your notes, thoughts and experiences with there. Lots of little pockets to put things in. Oh, that's, by the way, yes, this is one of my art pictures, so I've done that, so that's my art original. So taking us on to the next one, we've got daisies. Daisies are about childlike innocence, and in here we've got a whole range of vintage tea cards, and so it's like a little garden really in itself. You can pick the flowers from it, and they are significant for the person concerned and the meanings that they have. Again, another journaling card for your own notes and experiences with flowers and how they relate to the experiences in your life, which is what the flower garden analysis does. As I say, each one of these is a separate report for you. What have we got here? We've got tulip. Tulips have their own significance. They used to be a form of currency in the Netherlands some centuries ago, so it's about things of value. That's a star tulip, and it relates to the cosmos. It's very much an astrological meaning with that one. But every flower will have a meaning and a significance to some aspect of your life, and when you draw a flower bed, that's what you get back, is that meaning. So once more again, we've got a little journal space, and within that a vintage postcard, and you've got a yellow rose again, the Christmas postcard, and again that's the yellow rose is to do with love in all its guises, and again it's significant to that person's lifescape. Another favourite flower of this person, as I said, they are all personalised, these journals, is the tulip, which we've mentioned earlier. So we've got a lovely flower fairy picture there, and also taken from the Flower Fairy book, you've got the song of the tulip fairy there as well. So lovely little touch to back up the story there. A lot of this is taken from the language of flowers, and that's another story for another time. This particular lady is a Scorpio. Her birthday is in October, so this is a gardening book page, making another little secret pocket here with another vintage postcard in with daisies on. We've already talked about the significance of childlike innocence. There's some beautiful writing on this card. So again, a nod to personal astrology with the flower there. Leaves in Pat's garden, and we've got a lovely blue skeleton leaf here. You can see the beautiful fine veins in there. I'll try and hold it a little bit closer for you to see. It's difficult to get the camera to focus, but leaves are about letting go of things, and that can be old thoughts, old plans, old projects, things that have done us their service, and it's time to let go and release. And again, in another little journaling pocket there, another vintage postcard, which is always a delight to. They are original vintage cards. It's always a delight to come by those. That's great. Now the third section of this is about diet and nutrition. Yes, that all comes under the kitchen garden. This particular lady loves cooking, so we've got a kitchen window here, which is a die cut, and opening it up, and the opportunity to design your own vegetable garden. And once you've done that, to send it off, and again you get a report and a relevant gift come back with that. So there's 3 things there, a place to draw your veg garden on. From this, depending on what you draw and where, will tell us a lot about your personal nutritional profile, what you need to eat and when. And this is obviously, as I say, this lady loves her cooking, so we've got a recipe card section there. Okay, so that more or less covers a quick walkthrough. The Pat's Garden Journal, an example of one, and as I said, they are all unique, bespoke and customised to you, should you wish to take the journey further. Thank you.